Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and turn on your notifications so that you'll never miss a video from me. So in this video, I wanted to talk about some housing options that you have as a travel nurse. These are not all the options, but these are just options to give you an idea how to navigate housing when it comes to travel nursing. Without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to list these housing options in numerical order, but these are not in any way an indication of my preference for housing when it comes to travel nursing. Number one, I would say hotels. Hotels are very easy and convenient to find when it comes to finding housing. What I usually like to do is stay at a hotel for about a couple weeks to a month to just fish out the area, find out which areas are safe for me to get housing in. So I'll ask my co-workers which areas are safe, which areas are not safe. I will drive around myself to just see which areas I feel are a little sketchy and which ones feel more safe and secure for me to find housing in those areas. Just make sure you ask your agency because they do have some discount codes they can provide to you. I've used Comfort Inn in the past, and my agency at the time did have discount codes. Also, the actual location where I was, that Comfort Inn, they offered discounts for travel nurses. And number two would be online marketplaces for housing. Some of the most popular ones are Airbnb, VRBO. I even saw Zillow. There's even a website now called Travel Nurse Housing, just to name a few. The ones out of those that I've stayed at, I've used Airbnb and Furnished Finders. I prefer Furnished Finders out of the two, because with Furnished Finders I was able to contact the landlord and set up a meeting for when I can come and take a look at the house before I can book, which helped me decide whether I wanted to book the place or not. And with Airbnb, I didn't like their cancel policy. I remember I saw a place that I liked and then I booked it. When I went to the place, it just had that old smell. So I decided that I want to cancel the place, and it was a lot of going back and forth with the landlord. She didn't want to give me back my money. And then when I contacted Airbnb, it was like it was up to me and the landlord to decide and come to an agreement about how I was going to get my money. I didn't stay at the place even though I paid for a month, because when I went there, it looked clean, but it smelled, and it was just an old house, which I was just like, yeah, it was just like an old house that it wasn't even renovated. They just cleaned it, so it still had funny smells, which I wasn't gonna stay there. But that was my experience with Airbnb. And then I booked another place with Airbnb. It was just, I feel like it was just a bunch of old houses that the people just clean it, and then they start trying to get money from renting them out. For number three is agency housing, where the agency finds your housing using your stipend. The way mine was broken off, my stipend had housing portion and meals and incidentals portion. I've never used agency housing, so I don't know if they just use the housing portion to find you housing, or they use the whole stipend including the portion that's for meals and incidentals to find your housing. So I can't really speak on that, but that's another option you have. The next option is finding an apartment, getting a short-term lease apartments. A lot of apartments do that, but it's just a hassle for you to have to then get internet set up, utilities set up and all that. So I didn't go with that option. And the last thing that I actually looked at was Facebook groups. I saw that Facebook has some housing options, even some specific for the city that you're going to be working at. I saw some, I contacted some people, but some of them seem sketchy. Just use your own discretion. So out of all those options that I listed, the ones that I actually like are using the hotels for the first two weeks to a month, and then using Furnish Finders to find a place that I actually like to stay at. Those are the things that I've been doing so far, and so far it's been successful. But as I listed, there's many more options that you can explore and see what really fits your budget and your liking.